10 million years ago, the ocean was a different place, warmer, fuller, more dangerous than anything alive today could prepare you for. The Miocene ocean held whale populations so dense that from above, the water must have looked alive with them. This abundance was not an accident. It was the food supply that made two of the most extraordinary predators in history possible at the same time. This is the part that I think most people miss when they think about either of these animals separately. They were not separated by millions of years. They were not safely distant in time. They lived in the same water. We know this because we found the evidence, a whale vertebra, with bite marks from both of them. Different shapes, different sizes, same bone. That single fossil is the most important piece of evidence in this entire story. Everything else follows from it. The timeline makes the overlap clear. Megalodon existed from 23 million years ago to 3.6 million years ago. Livyatan existed from 9.9 million to 8.9 million years ago. Roughly 1 million years of shared ocean. 1 million years where the largest shark that ever lived and the largest predatory whale that ever lived were hunting the same prey in the same water. And we know exactly where. The same warm Miocene Sea that covered what is now California held both of them. In 2025, a Livyatan tooth was formally identified from a fossil found in Mission Viejo. Megalodon teeth have been found in California fossil beds for over a century. Los Angeles used to be their ocean. Now, let us look at each of them separately, because understanding what each one was built for is the only way to understand what their coexistence actually meant. Megalodon first. 18 meters, 50 to 100 tons. The largest shark in history by a significant margin. And here's the first thing to understand about Megalodon. We know it almost entirely from its teeth. The shark's skeleton was cartilage. Cartilage does not fossilize, so we have teeth. We have bite marks on prey fossils. We have the outline of an animal we can only partially see. The teeth themselves are 18 centimeters, triangular, serrated like a saw, designed specifically to cut through the thick blubber and flesh of large whales, not to grip, not to puncture, to slice. The bite force was 40,000 psi. To put that in context, T-Rex bit at 12,000, a modern crocodile at 3,700. Megalodon bit harder than anything else we have good data on. The attack strategy was ambush from below. The shark would approach from deep water, strike from underneath, targeting the whale's soft belly and tail, bite a chunk of flesh large enough to be fatal, and retreat into darkness. Then, wait. The strategy of patience. Let the blood loss do what the initial strike started. This strategy worked. For 20 million years, it worked. Megalodon dominated warm ocean waters across the entire planet. But it hunted alone. This is important. Sharks do not coordinate. They do not communicate strategy. One Megalodon, one attack, one retreat. Now Livyatan, 13 to 17 meters. A predatory whale with a skull 3 meters long leading its body. And the feature that changed everything, teeth in both the upper and lower jaw. Modern sperm whales only have teeth in the lower jaw. Livyatan had them in both. 36 centimeters long, conical, like spikes, not designed to cut, designed to pierce, grip, and prevent escape. The bite force is harder to calculate because the jaw bones are only partially preserved. Estimates range from 100,000 to 200,000 newtons. If the higher estimates are correct, Livyatan bit significantly harder than Megalodon. We genuinely do not know. What we do know is that Livyatan had a much larger brain relative to its body size than Megalodon, and what that brain enabled matters enormously. Echolocation. The ability to map the three-dimensional ocean around it with sound, detecting the exact position of prey and of threats before any visual contact. Megalodon could sense electrical fields with its ampulla of Lorenzini. Livyatan could hear where Megalodon was before Megalodon knew Livyatan was there. And the brain enabled something else, group hunting, the same coordinated behavior we see in modern orcas today. 3 or 4 Livyatan working together, surrounding prey from multiple angles, communicating through the water, executing a strategy no single shark could counter. Modern orcas use this exact approach to kill great white sharks. They flip the shark onto its back, inducing tonic immobility, a state where the shark cannot move. If Livyatan had learned the same technique, Megalodon's bite force was irrelevant. So what actually happened when they were in the same ocean? 3 possibilities, and I want to be honest that science cannot tell us which one is right. The first possibility is that they avoided each other. Megalodon dominated deep open ocean. Livyatan hunted shallower coastal waters. They shared the same geographic region, but divided the water column between them, consuming the same prey populations at different depths and different times. This is the most energy-efficient solution, and probably the most common reality. The second possibility is that Livyatan stole kills. Its echolocation would detect a Megalodon hunting from kilometers away. A Livyatan pod moving in after a successful Megalodon strike, before the prey had fully bled out, using group numbers to push the shark off its kill. Kleptoparasitism. Modern spotted hyenas do this to lions constantly. The third possibility is direct confrontation. And here I want to think carefully, rather than just imagine the most dramatic version. Megalodon's attack from below was perfect against prey that could not respond. Against Livyatan specifically, a predatory whale with a 3-meter skull, thick blubber layers that could absorb impacts, and teeth in both jaws ready to respond in the same moment, the ambush from below becomes considerably more complicated. A Megalodon striking a Livyatan from below is not in the same situation as a Megalodon striking a baleen whale. The baleen whale cannot bite back. A single Livyatan versus a single Megalodon, genuinely unclear. Both would likely sustain serious damage. Neither would want to repeat the encounter. 3 Livyatan versus 1 Megalodon. The mathematics of encirclement favor the group predator decisively. 3 simultaneous attack vectors. A solitary shark cannot defend all of them. But I keep coming back to that fossil bone, whale vertebra, both bite marks, different predators, same bone. The most scientifically supported interpretation is actually the least dramatic one. Not a fight between predators, sequential feeding. Both predators ate the same whale at different times. Megalodon first, then Livyatan following the blood trail, or the reverse. 2 apex predators sharing a meal without ever meeting. That is what the evidence most directly supports. Livyatan disappeared first, around 8.9 million years ago. We do not know exactly why. The ocean was cooling, prey populations were shifting. Megalodon may have been direct competition, possibly all 3 at once. The more intelligent predator with the larger brain vanished before the shark did, and we do not have a complete explanation for that. Megalodon lasted longer, until 3.6 million years ago, and its end is better understood. Ocean temperatures dropped below the threshold its physiology required. Its prey, the large baleen whales it depended on, migrated to colder water Megalodon could not follow. The greatest shark in history was undone not by a rival, but by a cooling planet. After both were gone, the ocean filled the space they left. the great white shark, descendant of the same lamnid lineage as Megalodon, expanded into the open apex predator niche. 6 meters instead of 18, more adaptable to a wider range of temperatures, still here. The modern sperm whale, Livyatan's descendant, changed its diet entirely. Instead of hunting surface prey with conical teeth, it dove to 3,000 meters in complete darkness to hunt giant squid using echolocation. The intelligence and the sonar survived. The teeth and the surface hunting strategy did not. The descendants are less impressive than the originals. They are also still alive. There is something in that worth thinking about. Megalodon was perfect for its ocean. Livyatan was extraordinary in its ocean. When the ocean changed, perfection was not enough. The animals that survived were the ones that could become something different. We keep the teeth, we lose the animal. The ocean moves on.